AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
JJ Redick, rookie Laker. Luka Doncic, rookie Laker. For lack of a better term. They started off on a good run. They were 9-2 in the midst of Anthony Davis's injury, the trade to get Luka. They get Luka. They go 9-2. They lost to Boston. I don't know if they had enough gas in the engine. And ever since Luka's been there, it's not quite the same. What do you think so far? Can Luka lead the rest of the way by the time LeBron comes back and try to get to that championship contention you were talking about?
To be honest, as good as Luka is, I really don't know. I don't know if Luka can lead this Lakers team without LeBron James to a deep playoff run. I watched that Brooklyn Nets game. I watched that whole game. They struggled. We got to start talking about how bad Luka is on defense, or he just doesn't care. Too many times I watched Luka Doncic complain and whine to the refs, and as he's doing that, the play is going on. So I'm just trying to figure out when is JJ Redick going to say something about that. But I don't know if Luka can lead this Lakers team to a title on his own. Now, let's not forget, when he was in Dallas, when he made that playoff run and went to the Western Conference Finals, he had Jalen Brunson on his side. And Jalen Brunson in those playoffs was playing hella great basketball. And then he had a great supporting cast. And then after that, you give him Kyrie Irving. So, right now, if LeBron is hurt, where's the Kyrie Irving? Where's the Jalen Brunson? I think it's going to be very difficult. I think the pressure in LA is going to be a bit much for Luka without LeBron James there. I think LeBron James blankets the pressure for Luka Doncic. But Luka by himself, that Brooklyn Nets game exposed a lot. I know people's going to look at it as if it's just one game, but I'm not looking at it like that. I'm looking at it as if when LeBron retires, if Luka, because remember, Luka there's no inkling, he doesn't have to resign. Remember, after this season, Luka doesn't have to stay there. So that's why this year, I've been telling y'all it's very important for the LA Lakers. Because if you don't win a championship and then Luka doesn't resign, y'all in big trouble. Because I don't know if anybody wants to play alongside LeBron James. If you're going to get a superstar that's going to sign in the offseason to play with LeBron, knowing that it's going to be his show. A la a Ja Morant, and Anthony Edwards, Giannis. So this season is very important. And watching the Lakers against the Brooklyn Nets, watching Luka's body language, watching everything. Remember, there was no pressure in Dallas for him to win no championship at all. There was no pressure at all. Now, we know they just been to the championship, but there was no pressure for this year for the Dallas Mavericks to win a chip. So I think this is the first time Luka Doncic is experiencing some real pressure from the NBA. And watching that Brooklyn Nets game, it exposed a lot. And it's been exposing what I've been saying for 2 years now. I'm not saying Luka Doncic isn't great. I'm not saying he's overrated. I'm not saying any of those things. But as great as he is, he needs a lot. He needs a great supporting cast. A lot of these, and that's one thing I can give LeBron in his prime. He didn't need a great supporting cast to be successful. I don't know if Luka can do what LeBron did. This is Luka's prime. This team with Luka without LeBron James is average. I watched them get outworked, out-hustled. I watched all of that against the Brooklyn Nets, who we all know literally doesn't have anybody. And that's no disrespect to those guys. They are in the NBA. They deserve to be there. But when we talk about great players, good players, the big names, recognizable players, Brooklyn doesn't have any of that. And they got out everything. So for me, I think the Lakers is in trouble. I don't think Luka Doncic can do it. And we got to understand, this injury with LeBron James, it can linger into the playoffs. He can re-aggravate it. He can pull it again. And what if Luka got to hold it down for a game or two by himself on his own? I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it. It's tricky. And I keep telling people, if the Lakers don't win a championship this season and the Dallas Mavericks shut down, which I think they should do, shut down. Take Clay out of there, shut down, and come back next season, game one, fully healthy, because we already got an example of what Dallas would look like. And remember, that game, Lively wasn't even playing. But if you're going to give me AD, Kyrie, Clay, Lively, Gafford, like if you're going to give me all of that fully healthy, then Dallas made the right choice. But I think the Lakers is in trouble, Fabian. And like I said, the Brooklyn Nets game exposed a lot. People are going to say it's just one game. I know they only lost 2 games since they got Luka. Yeah, I'm a LeBron and a Lakers hater, but this has nothing to do with it. The Lakers need to really figure out what they're going to do, because Luka on one side of the ball is as good as anybody. But on the other side of the ball, when your superstar doesn't even make an attempt to play defense, I don't know how far or how do you plan your future with a player like that. I really don't. Luka is not the Joker. Luke is not the Joker. He doesn't do all that the Joker does. So Joker can get away with not playing defense or being bad at defense. But I've watched Luka night in, night out, game after game, literally don't play no defense. And the other team is going down the court and they're scoring. But can Luka hold it down while LeBron is hurt? I don't think so. I really don't think so.
I don't see how that. That's why I never liked the whole Luka is a young LeBron James. That never made sense to me. You could call him an old young LeBron James. And even then, what LeBron was doing in the last month or so, he was playing defense. Luka could never play defense like that. LeBron has the capability of dominating both sides of the court. Luka hasn't. So even with the Mavericks last year, the way they made up for Luka Doncic last year, and when Jalen Brunson was there, they had a blueprint for him. They even brought the Dorian Finney-Smith kid over there to the Lakers. You saw they tried to get the kid from the Hornets before they rescinded the trade. Okay, but Jackson Hayes, all these guys, they're doing what we talk about the Knicks overachieving with their young pups. That's what they're doing. Because what are they gonna do? Luka Doncic, you're right, he doesn't look the same. And then when they start playing that playoff basketball on him, because the Nets, they were getting away with stuff.
Yeah.
Running into him, bodying him. Okay, but that's playoff basketball. In the championship, they were punking you, and they were getting in your head. That's what I was saying when we didn't have nobody like that. So that's what made me glad we had a PJ Tucker, to your point that you made earlier this year. Where's the presence of that guy on the court? There's a couple of those dudes, the Lou Dorts of the world of OKC. That's why I don't understand the Lakers could get past OKC. No way. Lou Dort is a pest all game long, and he's tough. Luka doesn't like that. He don't like to be touched. When he does, start talking shit to him. You ain't that nice. What you was thinking? You could tell you could get in his head. He starts yelling at the ref like LeBron. That's the part that he's like LeBron. They could score and they could pass really well, and they yell at the referee really well. That's it, and they rebound. But to not be able to play defense, a lot of stress on you, and we can't act like at this point Luka doesn't have the most pressure on him in LA, even more so than JJ Redick right now. He ain't expected to win. LeBron ain't really expected to win no more, and that's been the case the last 2 or 3 years. You made the play-in. You've been questionable injuries. Every March you go on some sort of injury vacation. We didn't expect them winning the championship. As a matter of fact, that's part of the reason why I push back on what you were saying. Why aren't we talking about Laker championship? We don't expect it. So if we don't expect it, now with the arrival of Luka Doncic, you do expect something better, though. Maybe not championship, but if you fail and fall on your face again, and you get another Brian Windhorst infomercial or whatever you call it, soliloquy, whatever, in the huddle, in the tunnel, Luka ain't trying to see that, man. The Lakers, Are we sure that the Lakers and JJ Redick are not a couple of minutes away from going, yo, was Dallas right about him? Eyes on the prize, baby, Bubba. Prize picks. Run your game. AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.